You're listening to Bring Me the Axe. I'm Brian White. I'm one half of this morbid equation, and I'm joined, as always, by my co-host and brother, Dave White. Hey, Dave, how you doing over there?
Thank you for asking. I guess I'm okay. I ran a 10K yesterday.
Oh, shit.
Well,
how'd that go?
Well, I tell you, I'd say running is generous. My knee lasted about 2 miles. And then the remaining 4.6 miles was kind of like a limp walk.
I get that, man. I did that one with you a few years ago.
Yeah.
And my God, Devil's Chase in Salem.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I went trained for it for 2 months, from the couch to a 10K, and I was just happy to finish it.
Yeah, well, I did finish it. I did have to sort of limp most of it. My rheumatologist and physical therapist, last time I saw him, was like, yeah, you're not really going to be able to run more than like a mile, maybe a mile and a half. And I was like, aha, I'll show you. Well,
you're going to overcome the odds.
I did not show them.
I bet you could, with this condition in mind, you could probably train and still do it. But it would take a very specific kind of regimen. You would have to approach it a very specific way. But I guarantee that you could do it and still, run the whole thing.
Oh, I probably could have at one point. I mean, I did last time, but
yeah, you did. You guys finished way ahead of me.
I get something called IT band syndrome. And so essentially what happens is my IT band starts catching on my knee joint.
Oh, I know that. I know it. Yep.
And so at first I was like, no, I'm just going to push through this and I can do this. And then it refused to be cooperative.
Shit.
After a while.
Yeah, no.
So.
When you mentioned that, I was like, nope, I could feel it happening in my knee right now and I don't like it.
Yeah. And I, because I've changed my style of activity, the type of activity I do, it hasn't happened in a long time, but it just came roaring back. And so
God damn.
I did not.
Yeah.
I finished with like the 60-year-olds, which, that feels appropriate.
Hey, you finished. A 10K is not, you finished. Be proud. It's not easy. Oh yeah. No, we had a pretty nice weekend as well. It was, we had our Dracula performances.
Dracula.
It went well. I was a good Dracula.
Was it well attended?
Well,
today was the last one.
Today was the last one. Yeah, we did 3 of them: Friday night, Saturday afternoon, Sunday afternoon.
That seems like a lot of prepreration for.
I know.
3 days.
And I said this. I was kind of complaining to people who had done these sort of shows before, and I was like, "This is a lot of rehearsal for 3 nights." And the thing is it's not like there's like choreography or there's acting. I mean, we're reading off a sheet and just sort of like affecting characterizations. We had this shit down after the 3rd rehearsal.
Did people stop being goofy about it?
Yeah, it did kind of fall into place after a little while. I think I'm going to do the Christmas show.
Oh,
but
what's the Christmas show?
It's a Wonderful Life.
Dracula.
I'm going to do Dracula again, but it's very merry.
Okay.
Yeah, it was fun. We had a good night at the Haunt as well. I got to scare one night this week, so that was fun. But yeah. Good times.
Your goal this year should be to make someone poop their pants.
I'm not a jump scare character
God damn
this
it.
year.
Maybe you can talk them into it.
No, I'm the one. I'm the setup. So there are 2 of us in the scene, and I'm the one that they see. They come walking up out of the church, and they see me in the confessional, just standing there being all spooky.
You're like, welcome.
Kind of.
Oh, okay.
And then I have a partner on the scene who sort of shuffles off into the corner and then comes rushing up into the light as the people go through, so that I distract them. I have them looking at me, and then she comes up and scares the shit out of them. So if anybody's going to shit their pants, she's going to be the one to pull it off.
Well, that seems unfair, but all right.
we would say we pull a bait and switch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hey, so we practically grew up in neighborhood video stores. Steady diet of utter garbage that those shops provided us with continues unabated to this day. And there's no one else I enjoy chopping it up with more about trashy movies than Dave. Just before we get into it, here's a little housekeeping. If you want to keep up with us between episodes, you can also find us on Instagram at Bring Me the Axe Pod. Dave's over there at That Queer Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out. We're deep into our 31 days of horror.
That's right.
They've been interesting. They've been good picks. It's all worldwide, no American picks.
Yeah, interesting is not usually the thing. It's like, that's super good. She has a really nice personality.
It's been, and what I mean is interesting in the way that it's interesting.
Okay.
And I don't mean any fucking shade about that. These are good picks. Watch yourself some international movies.
That's true.
Step outside your comfort zone.
Please do.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can also contact us directly at bringmetheaxepod@gmail.com with any questions, comments, or suggestions. Do let us know if there's a movie that you love, would like to hear us give it the business. Yep. And if you would like to support us on Patreon, you can look us up over there at patreon.com/bringmetheaxepod. There's a couple of tiers you can join there. Subscribers at the $5 a month tier can look forward to our bi-weekly X-Files rewatch pod. Do you think I'm spooky? We're in season 2. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fucking solid season so far. And it's only getting better. We got a few good episodes coming up, and then it's going to take a turn. But so far, very strong. So then there's also our monthly Bring Me the Axe Millennium Edition, which is a bonus episode in which we explore a modern horror movie. Current episode out right now is The Autopsy of Jane Doe.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
It's a good movie. I like that.
It's a good movie. Yeah, kind of trips up in the end, but all the way to that ending, it's pretty good. Let's check it out. All Patreon subscribers, even the free tier, get access to our Discord server. Paying members get access to additional channels, voice and video chat, and the watch parties option. Watch parties off for the month of October. We're almost there. We'll be resuming in November when the haunt season is over.
Does it really? It just stops after October, huh?
Yeah. The show's over. Nobody wants to go to a haunted house in November.
Again, it just seems like so much work for...
I know, but it's worth it. It's so worth it. It makes it super sweet. Yep. And paying members get access to additional channels, voice and video chat, watch parties option. Once again, that's patreon.com/bringmetheaxepod. And we got merch as well. I always neglect to say this, but I'm remembering this time. We got shirts, we got hoodies. We're coming up on the holiday season.
Yep.
Treat yourself, treat the people in your life that you love. Keep them warm.
Get you some.
Get you some. We got some nice designs. Dave's got some new stuff rolling out. He showed me one of the new designs. It's
pretty good.
Delightful. It's delicious. It's pretty good. Yeah. So yeah. Get a shirt. Get a the classic logos. Get a Is It a Wig shirt?
Mm-hmm. It's a good one.
Get the Canon film shirt.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So lastly, if you like what you hear, you can subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts. We're on YouTube now. Search us by name and subscribe if you prefer to consume your podcast that way. And you'd be doing us a favor by leaving us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. So get to it. Click that button.
Please do.
Just look it up. Spotify makes it kind of a pain in the butt to rate a show. You got to click through. You got to know where to look for it. Do the work. Takes a second. Apple, it's way easier. And if you listen on YouTube, do us a favor. Give the episode a like. Leave a comment. We love hearing from you guys. Just want to get that all out of the way right at the top of the show because tonight is a fun one. Last year we did A Nightmare on Elm Street. We're skipping A Nightmare on Elm Street 2.
Don't like it.
Because fuck that shit.
It's not a good movie.
I know. Not a good movie. I cannot foresee a time when we will ever do Freddy's Revenge.
No.
So we're jumping right ahead. Here's the trailer, guys.
Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3. Freddy's just around the corner.
that's how they fucking promoted this movie?
I feel like they made that before the movie was done.
That's got to be a teaser.
I think it is a teaser.
Yeah.
I wouldn't see it based on that. I'd be like, great, another one of these fucking things.
I saw Nightmare on Elm Street 2. That don't look very good.
And hey, it turns out it is good.
Turns out it's fucking the best.
Yeah.
Is it up there? Yeah. Because I think, sure, I would think I would put Nightmare on Elm Street 3 in the top spot for me.
Yep.
Nightmare on Elm Street right after it.
That's it.
New Nightmare.
Yeah, it's okay.
New Nightmare I'd put in 3. The rest of them, fuck off. I don't really care. I don't really care for the rest of them.
Yeah, they're not good.
You know, I think the Dream Master is okay. It's okay. Dream Child is fucking trash. Freddy's Dead is so bad. So bad.
That's the one with Alice Cooper in it.
Is that one? Or no, I think Alice Cooper is in the Dream Master.
He's in the 6th one. Whichever one was in 3D, he's in that one.
Yeah, he's in part 6. He's in Freddy's Dead.
Remember when he just had he was just showing up in movies for a while? He's in, what's it, Prince of Darkness? He's in
Prince of Darkness
Wayne's
just
World?
show up. The Wayne's World appearance is probably one of the funniest scenes in any comedy ever.
Yeah.
Fucking, yeah, good stuff. Yeah, you're right. It's Freddy's Dead. I thought it was Dream Master. But
and then it just completely we hit the bottom of the barrel with Freddy versus Jason.
I don't know. I don't know, because I do think that movie has its merits. I think it's fun.
There's Kelly Rowland's in it.
It's Kelly
She
Rowland's
was
in
in
it.
Destiny's Child.
Was she in Destiny's Child at that time? Were they still a thing, or
I
had
don't know if
Beyonce
it was at that time. I just know she was in Destiny's Child. It's probably the last era of cultural touchstones that I am aware of.
Yeah. Okay. Like after that, it's just a fucking blur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When people are like, what do you think of that Sabrina Carpenter? I'm like, where she work? Do I know her?
Come on, even I know who Sabrina Carpenter is.
I know who she is. I've just never heard anything by her, I don't think.
Yeah. Good God. This movie was the one that kind of changed everything. Because I was thinking about this as I was driving around today. Because we talk about these sort of moments where kind of everything kind of hits, and horror slasher movies in particular have this kind of get this real sort of surge. Mm-hmm. And it, for some reason, and maybe it's just because we're so far away from the 80s now, but I kind of think of the 80s as this decade of slasher movies. Yeah. But it's not really.
No, just the beginning.
When because it wasn't even Halloween that kind of kicked off the way. It was Friday the 13th that sort of proved the theatrical sort of box office viability of these movies. And so from 1980 to 1982, 82 is really kind of the peak. It's the moment when the wave kind of crashes.
And I would say because Halloween, not only is it very much a 70s movie, I think it's also a little more highbrow than the other stuff people think of. It was a very high quality movie that has a certain kind of gravitas, whereas Friday the 13th is just trash, starring nobody.
Sure.
And so it's you can make these movies on the cheap, and they can really, and you don't have to put much effort in. You can just fucking turn it out, make a lot of money.
Yeah. And then between the release of Friday the 13th and 1982, there's dozens and dozens of slasher movies.
Every one of them a gem.
There's a fucking ton of good ones in there. And then we kind of limp towards 1984.
Like me in a 10K, we finally make it there.
And Nightmare on Elm Street comes out. Mm-hmm. And it's a hit, and it changed the fucking rules, and it landed really hard, but it didn't really result in a sort of resurgence.
I think
we got Silent Night, Deadly Night that year.
Oof. Yeah.
And I was trying to think of any sort of other kind of noteworthy slasher movies in 84 and 85. And I mean, I'm sure there are, but none readily came to mind. Because again, we kind of limp towards a few years later, and then Dream Warriors comes out. And it's like it's almost like Friday the 13th all over again, where from 87 to 89, again, just this kind of like brief little period in the 80s, there's this fucking explosion of slasher movies, and most of them are not very good.
No, they're terrible.
But among that sort of burst, it's the same thing where there are a bunch of kind of like not necessarily like S tier slashers like Dream Warriors, but there's some real A tier and B tier stuff. Like when we got, I don't know where you're on Child's Play. I love the Child's Play movies.
Like the first one's
like,
okay.
Yeah, like the first two. I think the first two are fucking fantastic.
I think those are the only ones I've ever seen.
You got to see the ones with Jennifer Tilly because they're great. But like there's a bunch of other slasher movies that come out that are a lot of fun.
I think it's an age thing though. Like I think it's a generational thing. The early 80s versus the later 80s, I think you get a new generation of young people. So that middle part, maybe there just wasn't a very big audience for it. Because horror movies were coming out. They're just not that good. Right. And not enough to kind of necessitate a glut of, knockoff trash.
Yeah, not enough to necessitate an entire rack.
There you go.
Bringing it back to Wayne's World.
Mm-hmm.
But then I thought about it again, going into the 90s, Scream came out and the same fucking thing happened, where for like 2 years, there were a million movies trying to cash in on that Scream thing, and they all kind of vaguely look the same. Yep. They're all varying degrees of success and failure. You get your more enjoyable ones, like I Know What You Did Last Summer, versus, your urban legends.
Your Valentines. Valentine's is.
Yeah, so yeah, it's like it just fucking moves in waves, and it seems like every time there's like a hit, you get a couple of like a real hard, solid hit. It's followed by a couple of years where like there's just this boom of movies, and then they're terrible. They fail to kind of maintain the momentum, and the whole thing just kind of fucking peters out again.
I wonder if there is like one could presume the market logic of all of that is that people get tired of slashers. And I think that maybe they don't. I think maybe the quality drops such that people are like, man, these last few are real fucking bad. No thanks.
I was gonna say, I think you're right in that way, in that people's the interest dwindles because the product is terrible.
Yeah. So
because like we start here in like 1987, we got fucking Dream Warriors. This movie rules. It's like it's the movie that turns Freddy into fucking Freddy in like literally, and also in ways that we're going to talk about in a moment. Mm-hmm. But it starts there and it fucking ends with like the horror show, which I guess they call House 3 these days for some reason.
What? There's a third one?
Yeah. Well, no, they just started calling it House 3. But it was called The Horror Show. And it's another one of these like serial killers back from the grave kind of things. It's absolutely fucking terrible.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Don't just do yourself a favor. I'm going to look it up so I can picture the actor, and I can't remember his name. He's the guy, he's in Blade Runner.
Rutger Hauer.
No, it is Rutger Hauer.
It is Harrison Ford.
It is Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford is the guy. It's his name is Brian James.
I have no idea what that is.
What else has he been in? Fifth Element. He's in The Fifth Element.
I haven't seen it in decades.
Oh, God damn it!
I think you're thinking of Tricky.
He's the guy right at the. He's not Tricky. He's the guy right at the beginning of Blade Runner who's getting the Voight-Kampff test, and he you see a turtle lying on its back, that part, and then he shoots the guy. Nothing.
It has been a long time since I've seen Blade Runner.
All right, well, fuck it. But also, hey, Lance Henriksen is also in House 3.
Okay, well,
or rather, The Horror Show. Hey, Lance Henriksen never saw a script he didn't like.
Star of Man's Best Friend, Lance Henriksen.
Like I said, I was watching Stone Cold the other night, and I had no idea that he was in it, and he shows up, and I'm like, motherfucker, would you say no? Would you say no? Is there any movie you would ever say no to? Also, he's completely unhinged in that movie. Thank God for it.
He's great. I love him. You should see Man's Best Friend.
I think we are going to next year.
Yes.
So let's do it. The year was 1987.
I do remember.
Year of our Lord. I was 12 when this movie came out. So here's some other movies released in 1987. Angel Heart.
Oh, sexy.
Sexy.
Too sexy for its own good.
Too sexy for Bill Cosby.
Which, hey, that is saying a lot.
Lisa Bonet. Yeah, run, girl.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good movie. I like that movie a lot. I watched it just a couple of years ago. And,
it's got some real cheesy moments, and
it definitely does.
they kind of beat you over the head with the ending, but it is a pretty good movie. It's like before, what's his face? Who's the guy in that real scumbag?
Mickey Rourke.
Yeah, before Mickey Rourke became like a real sleazebag.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure he was at the time too, but
yeah, I don't know. I don't know much about him except he seems like he's had a real sort of redemption arc.
maybe.
After
I
The
bet
Wrestler came out.
bet he's a Trump supporter though.
I make no assumptions.
I do.
Well, that you can have that. Also in 1987, Evil Dead 2.
Not my bag.
I know. What is it about those movies you don't like?
I don't.
Is it that they're silly?
I don't think it's anything in particular. I think they just don't really do much for me. The first one doesn't really have much of a plot to it.
Right. I mean,
And-
that's why Evil Dead 2 is the one that everybody likes.
I think I would go Evil Dead over Evil Dead 2. I don't like Bruce Campbell in anything.
No shit.
I find
Like
him
nothing.
obnoxious.
Wow.
There is so much self-awareness to everything that he does. Like everything's done with like this sly grin. And I'm like, dude, fuck you.
Not even on Bubba Hotep?
No,
Shit.
don't like him. Not even
All
in a
right.
Hallmark movie.
Oh,
Oh yeah, that's right.
Bruce.
Yeah.
He knows where the money's at.
Well,
All right. We've also got From a Whisper to a Scream,
also
which
not
I watched. I think I watched last year, and boy, did that one gross me out.
really. Yeah.
First of all, it's not good.
No.
It's not good. It's an anthology picture where all the wraparound segments are Vincent Price and Susan Terrell,
Yeah.
and you would think that would be great. It's not. It's
Neither
not.
one of them
But
want to be there.
it is ambitious in its tastelessness. I think the very first segment is about a woman stalked by her abortion baby.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So we also had Near Dark
Okay.
in 1987.
I do like that movie.
Fucking Lance Henriksen again.
More, yeah.
I love that. I can't believe we haven't done that one yet.
It is tricky to get a hold of. I think it's
Is it?
currently streaming. There's a lot of weird licensing shit with it.
I wonder why.
I think it might be the music.
Yeah, that's a kick-ass one. Great fucking cast.
Good cast, great movie.
Tim Thomerson's in it.
That kid was a father.
Father Guido Sarducci.
Nope. I wish he was in it, but he's not. No, who's
Josh.
Yep. And his father.
We're gonna get there.
His brother is Jason Patrick, and his father is the guy from The Exorcist.
That's right. It's not coming to me. There's a 1,000 listeners right now screaming his name at their phone as we struggle with this.
And
Sorry,
because
guys.
he also showed up, and when the Smurl house was being haunted, he paid a visit to their house.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did. And
Wow, how is that the weirdest ghost, like a haunting story of all time? Is that the weirdest haunting story of all time? Is he in The Conjuring, the last Conjuring movie?
I don't think so. He shows
Because
up.
that'd be wild.
He shows up for like I can't even remember why. It's like a publicity stunt.
Wait. He showed up as an actor in the movie The Haunted, or he just went
he
to
went
this
to
house?
the house. He's from that town.
I love this guy.
Yeah.
He's
Whatever
like my
his
kind of
name is.
weirdo. You know, fuck it. I'm doing it. We're doing it. His name is Joshua Miller.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got there. We figured it out.
And that's why the other one is Joshua John Miller.
Yep, Joshua John Miller. is his name.
Homosexual.
And boy, you could tell.
Yeah, well, now you can. You're always kissing dudes.
It's a giveaway. It's a dead
that's
giveaway
the
every
tell.
time. Rounded out 1987. Hellraiser.
Yeah, I'm kind of ambivalent on that one. It's a tough year, you know?
I love Hellraiser. I think 87 is a fucking fantastic year. It was just like all the shit lined up. There's a lot of movies because I love Evil Dead 2. I love Near Dark. I fucking love Hellraiser. I love Angel Heart. I love Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
Stumbling around in the dark a little bit, like people trying to figure out what's going to hit.
It's a grab bag. That's
Yeah.
the thing. Is it's not just like, like in the early 80s, it was a pretty, horror was like all slasher movies. Like 87, they're
I don't know
still,
why you say it like
they're trying to find their way. I mean, I don't want to make it sound like I'm shitting on it, but I'm just saying it was all slasher movies. There's very little in the you didn't get too many vampire movies. It wasn't too much supernatural stuff. Nobody was trying to ape The Exorcist.
There's never enough ghost movies.
There's never enough. Never enough. No. When's the last time they made a good haunted house movie?
It's a good question. I saw one recently that wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I mean, I say that now, but I'm sure that there's like fucking 12 in the last 5 years that are pretty good. Well, our cast and crew, we got a director named Chuck Russell.
Charles Russell. Charles
Entertainment Russell.
The man who brought us the Scorpion King.
That's right. Prior to this feature, Russell was primarily known as a writer and a producer. He was brought in when the originally planned director, Wes Craven, was unavailable due to production on fucking Deadly Friend.
What? Don't you say it like that. I love that movie.
That movie. We'll have to put that one on so it can be one of those tense episodes where like one of us doesn't like it and the other one is desperately trying to defend it.
Oh, it's so stupid.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid. But Russell actually got the job through Joseph Rubin, who directed Dreamscape in 1984, and he was the original pick for this. And so,
he was the original post-Craven pick.
Yes, correct. Yeah. So, because of his experience making a horror movie with a lot of weird dream scenes, he seemed to like the obvious pick. But he was also preoccupied. He was doing The Stepfather at the time.
Ugh.
I know.
Damn.
These guys were just like gummed up doing not good movies.
Should have given that to Chuck Russell.
Right? Oh boy. Yeah, and so he recommended his bro Chuck Russell, who he wrote. He had a writing credit on Dreamscape. So the success of this movie propels him on to bigger and better projects.
I don't know about better.
Shit, I don't know. I mean, some of these are fucking fantastic. The following year, he directed the remake of The Blob, which
that's another one people love. I think it's fucking trash.
Really?
I think it's terrible.
love that one.
I love the original one. Yeah. I think we watched it last year. I thought it was fine. It's fine. You get your lesser Dylan.
It's true.
You get like some real like lower tier horror people. I don't know. It feels a little chuddish to me. It's
silly. It's got a sense of humor to it.
Yeah, I think I liked it more when we watched it recently than I have previously, but I'm still sort of not really on the train. I feel like some of this stuff we can chalk it up to me being sort of a naysayer, maybe a little bit. That people are like, oh, these movies are getting rediscovered. And it's like, no, it's because all the good ones are already discovered. And so what you have left are the not so good movies that everybody wants to find on their own.
All right.
And when it comes to that, I'm like, no, thank you.
I'm OG. Loved it from the beginning.
It's got some good. I think it has some good effects in it.
I love the effects, and it's mean. It's a fucking mean.
It is
movie.
pretty mean.
Yeah.
When you watch what's his face. Speaking of the Smurls, what's that guy's name? Jeffrey DeMunn gets like eaten in the phone booth.
That's right. Yep. Chuck Russell also directed Jim Carrey in 1994's The Mask.
Yeah, he's this dude. I was looking at his IMDb like filmography. What a weird career he's had as a director.
Very weird career. After this, a couple of years later, he does Eraser with Schwarzenegger.
Yep. Not a great movie.
I enjoy that one quite a bit. But I don't love it, but I think it's a perfectly solid action movie.
So he did the Witchboard remake last year?
Last year.
Really strange.
Good for him.
He made that movie Bless the Child. Do you remember that?
I don't know that one.
With Kim Basinger, I think. It's a terrible Satanic Panic movie. It was like
hell yeah.
The book was written like around the time of, I think it was like early 90s maybe. And then they made the movie out of it, but like they made the movie in like 2002. It's super weird. Like it was just like the timing of this is really questionable.
They were trying to capitalize on that Satanic Panic nostalgia.
I guess. Jesus. Yeah, he's had a weird career.
And like you said right up top, he directed The Rock and the fucking Mummy spin-off, The Scorpion King. I've never seen that one.
No.
After The Mummy 2, I was like, I think I'm good.
Yeah, listen here. First two Mummy movies, I fucking love them. Last Mummy movie, not so good.
Wait, I thought The Mummy 2 was the one that had the Scorpion King in it.
He is very briefly in the second one, and then they make the Scorpion King, And then there's a third one after that.
I have no memory of Mummy 2 except the fact that the Scorpion King CGI is
it's bad.
Is like fucking appalling.
It's real bad. It's terrible. But the second movie is really good. I love those first two. The last one with Jet Li, not very good.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, it's not good.
Cast Robert Englund, of course.
Yeah, heard of him.
Played Freddy twice before this movie. While the first Nightmare was a massive hit, Freddy wasn't a commodity in its wake, and Nightmare 2 wasn't doing him any favors either. This is the first time that Freddy is actually called Freddy. Mm-hmm. The first two, they just call him Fred. This is the movie that turned Freddy into an American cultural export that he is today.
And a cartoon.
He has more to say in this one. You know what? I remember him being way more cartoonish in this one.
No, I mean like a literal cartoon.
Okay.
He gets a literal cartoon after this.
Because this is the one that sort of establishes him as a little quippy,
He's sassy in this one for sure.
And then Dream Master is the one where they're like, okay, people liked it when he was jokey, so let's do that all the fucking time.
And the jokes, like in the quippy stuff in this, is a lot of him just ad-libbing.
Yeah.
And I think after that, though, you see, you can never rebottle that magic.
No,
he does some stuff. Some of it's a questionable taste, but he says some lines that are real memorable, that are real zingy. And then after that, they're like, "Yeah, we got to do more of that. Let's write a bunch of that." And it's like, okay.
It's almost like It's almost like in the further sequels of Nightmare on Elm Street. It's almost like they came up with the quips first and then wrote the kills around those.
Yeah, and you're like, God, you guys just think Freddy just hates women now? That's what we're going for?
I'll tell you what. Right in this one, the body count is a nice even split, 3 and 3.
Yeah, this is the best of the bunch.
Yep. So yeah, he has more to say in this one. He's more of a character than just a monster. It was Robert's performance and characterization that turned Freddy into a big deal.
Yeah.
Masks, movie props, video games, comic books, his own anthology TV show. This is where it all began.
I gotta say, I don't really get it. And I remember it. I remember the hysteria around it. Like, he was huge. There were toys, there was cartoon. Like, it was a very odd choice for an icon. And
let's consider the alternatives.
Yeah.
Because everybody there, we did not have Chucky, because Chucky would not have happened if it wasn't for Freddy. Because the model, the formula had you put your teenage victims to be up against a silent killing machine. And so along comes this guy who's got a bit of a sense of humor.
I think I like the silent. I think I prefer the silent killing machine.
I do. I like my favorite is Jason. Always has been.
Yep.
After that is Michael Myers.
Yeah.
And after that is Freddy. And and I'm not terribly precious about Freddy. Like, I think I made it pretty clear, like right at the beginning of the episode, that I think that there's a few very strong movies in this series.
Oh, it's wildly inconsistent.
But for each one of those, there's a piece of absolute fucking trash.
I mean, go back and listen to any of our Friday the 13th episodes. We have gone over this so many times. Friday the 13th is the most consistent because I feel like they set a tone and then they kind of just stay with that tone. Whereas this one feels like they're always kind of fumbling to find out, like, oh, what's going to make it, like, people really show up for this one, really turn out. And sometimes it works, and a lot of the time it doesn't. And then, of course, Michael Myers doesn't speak. So
you're right.
And he's,
I mean, he could, but what does he have to say, really?
But he's also, they never really do much with him. Like, you get various iterations of him, and he is different in all the movies. He behaves differently. Michael Myers, at best, his hair gets frizzier. That's really it.
The mask gets smoother.
Yeah, like, you're not going to get much out of it. I don't know. I feel like this franchise doesn't do much for me. And I feel like it's the most heavy metal of them all.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And we'll get there. 'Cause after this movie, it almost becomes like required that you have some kind of, like, you have a metal band on the soundtrack and maybe even prominently featured in the movie.
And you know what? I think that goes back to my assertion that it's kind of a bro-ish era. It's a bro-ish franchise. And I think a lot of that, at least, this is based on my own memory. And I think because my memory of this era is really dominated by what's on like MTV, and what's on MTV is a lot of like mostly kind of hair metal, like not like metal, but there was a lot. And I
mean, the reason that they picked Dokken for the soundtrack was because metal was sort of at its peak in terms of like chart performance and record sales. Like,
yeah.
Nobody wanted to admit it, but like heavy metal was fucking huge.
And I think to
in
me,
the 80s,
it just, that music, this is going to sound crazy, but that music doesn't resonate with me. Or, well, I don't know if the music
that's where our paths sort of like diverge. Because like,
and it's for very personal reasons that it doesn't. Like, it's not like I don't like it. It's like, this was a scene that was very much exclusive of me. Like, I was not the kind of person that would have been welcome in places like that. Not at the time, of course, but like not really. If I were an adult, then it wouldn't have been either. And I think that's why it just...
It's too bad. It's too bad Rob Halford didn't come out sooner.
Well, this is true. But I think that Rob Halford was probably also not very welcome. As a matter of fact, I know he wasn't.
It's where it all began. At the same time he was in production on this movie, he was also on a TV show called Downtown.
Never heard of it.
It's with Mariska Hargitay. One season, so that's why we didn't fucking hear about it.
Speaking of TV, around this time, so Wes Craven and Bruce Wagner, who did the original drafts of the script, they had created a TV show called The People Next Door. Do you remember this?
Nope.
It was a 1-season thing. I left it up on my computer here. Starring, a successful cartoonist is able to physically materialize his wildest fantasies. Now, the successful cartoonist in question, Jeffrey Jones, gross.
What? Okay.
And his wife on the show, Mary Gross.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So weird.
The 80s were weird as hell, man.
And this was something created by Wes Craven.
It's so strange. Yeah, there were times when he was working 24 hours straight between the two productions.
Wow.
I would have been miserable.
He probably was.
Yeah. Yeah, because like half the time he's like stuck up in the fucking Freddy makeup. Once again, we got Heather Langenkamp. Last scene on this podcast, last Halloween, when we took on the original Nightmare on Elm Street. Nightmare 3 really kicked her career into high gear.
Yeah, she gets just the 10 of us.
She appeared in a few episodes of Growing Pains as two separate characters, like we wouldn't notice.
Just the 10 of us is a spin-off of Growing Pains.
Oh, but I don't think in Growing Pains she played the 10 of us character. Actually, no, she did. She was Marie Lubbock on that one because that's the just 10. So yeah, also TGIF series, just the 10 of us. Whole fucking 3 seasons of it, I think.
I thought there were more.
I don't know. Maybe there were. All I remember is she was the super religious one in the family.
Mm-hmm.
And then they became the girls in the family became a singing group.
Yes. Yep.
Called like the Fabulous Lubbock Babes or something like that.
That is correct.
My God, what the shit that sticks out in my mind.
Listen, I got a hot take. Heather Langenkamp, not a very good actor.
You know what? She's not, but she is easily my favorite final girl.
Yeah,
I love her so much.
She is the heart of the series, and
she's so great.
She gives it her all.
She does. But I'm with you. I'm with you. She's trying her best.
Really is. The cast of this one is kind of rough.
Yeah. She also played Nancy Kerrigan in the TV movie about having her knee smashed in by Tanya Harding's husband.
I sure did know that.
She's perfect for the role.
Yep.
And rounding out our cast, Patricia Arquette in her first feature role in a career that goes on to nearly 150 episodes of Medium. One of those CSI shows, and the recent success of Apple's Severance.
And again, I'm going to say it. I don't think she's very good either. She's real wooden.
Listen, she's young, she's green, she's doing her best.
Yeah. And like when John Saxon's 10 minutes are like the best you get in this movie is like, wow. That's...
Yep. She is one of the many acting Arquettes, along with her brother David, who carved out quite a horror movie reputation in a Wes Craven movie as well, and sisters Rosanna, who inspired the Toto song of the same name, and Alexis.
I believe
their father was.
I
Their
believe
father
Rosanna also was the inspiration for Your Eyes, the Peter Gabriel song. In Your
Boy,
Eyes.
Jesus Christ, she was fucking breaking hearts. Yeah.
And then there's Alexis Arquette, also, unfortunately, before her tragic death recently, in a lot of stuff.
The Wedding Singer?
Yes, The Wedding Singer.
The Wedding Singer?
Jack Be Nimble, I guess was one of them. Last Exit to Brooklyn.
Oh, yeah. Really? Mm-hmm. Huh. Yeah, I just remember The Wedding Singer.
Yep.
It's the one that immediately comes to mind. Yeah. Their father was also an actor who had a small part in Scream 2, and her childhood sounded like a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, it seems like there was a lot of like classic Hollywood stuff.
Yeah. Yep. So, numerous taglines, but I narrowed it down to one because there was really only one poster for this movie.
There's one tagline and like various iterations of it.
Because there was one of the ones, was it Freddy is just around the corner?
What
was
the fuck
one
does that even mean?
I fucking, like, Freddy's coming back. Get ready, you guys. You loved him in A Nightmare on Elm Street 2.
Which, pin in that, because nobody did.
Yeah. No, the tagline is, if you think you'll get out alive, you must be dreaming. Mm-hmm. Not bad.
Yeah, it's a lot of if you think ...
Dreaming.
Yeah. Think again.
Yeah. Speaking of that poster, another fucking rad poster by Matthew
great
Peak.
poster.
God damn it. These movies, even though I feel like the movies are not my favorite. I don't give a shit about the further sequels past this one, really. Man, these posters rule.
He has such a heavy metal magazine style.
Seriously.
Like Frank Frazetta, but like rougher and not sexy.
Yeah, like and it gets a little like you can sort of see that as these movies come out, like even like The Dream Child, like there's a sort of like from the beginning, Nightmare on Elm Street, like it's a real rough looking poster, super cool, definitely makes you want to see the movie. It sort of evolves, gets a little more colorful, gets a lot smoother in its presentation.
You know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of Jesus Christ, who did the illustrations for Silver Bullet, super famous. Bernie
Wrightson.
Bernie Wrightson. Yeah, it reminds me a little bit of Bernie Wrightson. And you know who I feel like is sort of a successor is Gary Pullen.
Yeah, I'll give you that for sure.
Very similar style.
Yeah. So, New Line wanted to bring Wes Craven back for this one. And it sounds like he was interested, but as we said, committed to Deadly Friend.
Well, he was interested, I think, because he obviously made the first one, felt very passionate about it, saw the second one and was like, hey, y'all, what the fuck was that? Why did you make that movie?
Yeah, the thing is, I get so fucking sick of seeing this is so and so comes up with a movie that hits, and then you're a fucking professional in the movie industry. You should know how this shit works. They always say, "Oh, like I didn't want this to become a series," and it's like, dude, come on. And Wes Craven is one of them. When Nightmare on Elm Street came out, it very much, the end of that movie very much leaves things open. As a matter of fact, they
reshot the ending.
It promises a fucking sequel. And even the way, like just the way that it ended where she kind of turns her back on Freddy and he vanishes, it's wide open. You know they're going to fucking do it.
I think when he, at least him, but I don't know about everybody else, but I think what he meant was, I didn't want it to be a sequel that I didn't direct.
Okay. Because yeah, they make Nightmare 2, and
it's a fucking bomb. The movie, like
the thing is even though I know there are lots and lots of people who have rediscovered it, reclaimed it, whatever. It has its fans.
Yep.
In its day,
terrible.
It fucking flopped. It did not flop commercially, but in terms of audience takeaway and critics, which I think is a really fucking wild thing, is that these studios actually gave a shit what critics thought.
Well, I think because critics really liked the first one.
They did. They did, and it made a ton of money.
But the first one is interesting. The second one is a mess.
No, and it's completely uncreative.
It's mean, it's
let's just
homophobic.
let's leave leaving aside the sort of problematic bullshit of Nightmare on Elm Street 2. Objectively, it's just a bad movie.
Yeah, it's weird and it's messy and it doesn't make a lot of sense. I think that
it does away with all of the shit that makes the first one interesting.
Yeah.
It's like they had it's like I can't remember who wrote it. Jack Shoulder was the director, and he seemed to have no interest whatsoever in exploring the dreamy stuff.
No, he was one of those guys. I think that was just like, I guess I'll do it. I'm not a horror guy though.
And so yeah, like their first instinct is like, let's get him out of this dream shit and bring him into the real world. And it's like, no. That's not what
That's the point.
That's not what that movie's about. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And so yeah. So when the inevitability came around, because again, Hollywood is a numbers game, and even though nobody fucking liked it, it was baffling. It's bad. It was a $3 million movie that made $30 million at box office, and that is enough to say, okay, there's something here. We're gonna carry this through. So the inevitability kind of rolls around, but Craven is just not available.
Well, and when they decided to make this third one, this was kind of going to be this was a real decision-making movie where it's like, all right, if this one doesn't do that well, we're going to put this thing to rest and move on. But if it does, we're going to fucking do 8,000 more of these. And obviously it does do well. It does commercially, it does well. And then the rest is history.
Yeah. And so Craven wrote a script.
That sounds bleak as hell.
Sounded like a fucking horrifying. Like, yeah, apparently I could not find any snippets of it. There's little bits and pieces of it that I think still exist in this, because he does get a screenwriter's credit on this, which means enough of his original script is in the movie.
I think a lot of it was his. I don't know about a lot of like the core stuff. I think is his.
But it was something about teens in Springwood are going to some location to commit suicide.
So that's the second version. The first idea was what is essentially the plot of New Nightmare, where Freddy comes out.
Right, yeah.
So and then they were like, no, we don't want to do that. Like
they're like, are you high right now? And he's like, yeah, a little.
And he was like, yeah, man, it's the 80s. Why aren't you?
I think that it is fucking hilarious that he was chomping at the bit to do the meta thing as early as 1986.
Well, I think he had seen something. I can't remember what it was, but he had seen something where they do that. And he was like, oh, that's going to be super cool. But obviously, New Line was like, I don't know if the audience is going to go for that.
No, because he keeps inching towards that, like with every new movie. Like so they won't let him do it on this. And so he starts to, again, he does it a little bit with Shocker. Like Shocker starts and ends almost identical to A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yep.
And then he does it like he's just doing it balls out.
Music of the
Nightmare.
Heart, same thing.
Yes, it was.
True to life.
and then he does it. He goes and he does it again, even more explicitly in Scream.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, that's the whole fucking deal with Scream. I guess there was another part of his original script with Bruce Wagner was Freddy's birth in a ranch-style house where the infant Freddy cuts himself out of his mother. And Wes Craven described it as the ranch as an architectural portal to Freddy's dreamscape.
What?
Yeah. And then I think these things maybe a little bit show up in the next one. But yeah, then the next thing is these kids all going to this like very specific location to kill themselves. And like they brought this to the people at New Line and they were like, oh, no, you can't do that. That's really too dark.
I want to read that script so bad.
So apparently John Saxon also wrote
John Saxon's script sounds fucking nuts. Robert Englund also did one too, which doesn't sound nearly as insane.
I think John Saxon was a little bit crazy. In like a great kind of way.
Lord love a lunatic. But yeah, he wrote it was a prequel that was about how Freddy was, I think we might have mentioned this in the last one, but it was how Freddy was innocent, was set up for the murders by the Manson family.
So amazing.
What?
You know what?
This is the craziest shit.
New Line, make that fucking movie.
Robert Englund wrote a sequel called Freddy's Funhouse, which sets up the Thompson house as some kind of giant saw trap. But a piece of that script is actually in the movie where Nancy's old house is, for some reason, the Dream World location.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah. So also the teen psychiatric hospital setting was deliberate and extremely topical.
Yeah.
The 80s saw a moral panic about out-of-control teens that, in the spirit of American capitalism, led directly to an industry of facilities and camps that promised to straighten your kid out. Most of the kids being sent to these places weren't terribly troubled. Most of them just kind of got smoking weed. They got caught, getting high or having sex, or they were gay.
Meanwhile, back at the old tough love camp, they're being like beaten and sexually assaulted.
There is a website that I was like, I want to address this in the episode because I remember this. I knew a couple of kids who were sent off to these places, and they came back just being like, it was boring, and most of us just were just hating it. But nobody got beat up, nobody got fucking raped or anything like that. But this was like such a thing then. God, yeah.
There's plenty of documentaries now about these
There is
places.
one about the Elon School.
Oh, that one's rough.
Is really, really fucking rough. The way that one ends makes me so goddamn sad and angry. But yeah, the places they were sent to, they had no qualifications to be doing what they were doing. The people in charge were usually self-described experts having no qualifications.
Yeah, it all kind of grows out of sort of weird new age belief bullshit. Like it's that kind of like 60s hangover type stuff.
It was that, or it was evangelical Christianity that was behind it. Places like Vision Quest.
Two things that are doing great.
Just
doing good work out there.
Hey man, it's great out there. Yeah, the Vision Quest and the Elon School racked up a significant body count, and they never answered for their crimes.
And they're still open today. They're called
they?
Yeah, they're called something else now.
Oh, that's what you do. You just rebrand and it's all good.
Oh, well, I think at least the Elon School is. I don't know about Vision Quest.
I would be surprised if Vision Quest did, mostly because like they had like dozens of like kids were like killed or killed themselves while in the place. Yeah. Very topical, but it put the kids all in one place in the movie to address the script's central idea that it was going to take a group this time to kill Freddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if this is true, but it made me laugh. Dick Cavett was cast for his cameo, and the producers intend for Sally Kellerman to be his guest. But he was given the option to choose a guest, so he chose Zsa Zsa Gabor because he thought she was a moron and it would be funny if Freddy killed her.
I think I think the way the question was phrased, because I found a couple different versions of the story, and it sounds like if you take the average of them, it sounds like the way it was phrased to him was, who would you like to see murdered on your show? And he was like, I think Zsa Zsa Gabor would be funny because she's such a ridiculous person. And she kind of always was.
What was she famous for? Was she an actress? Was that a thing?
Was she on Green Acres, or was her sister on Green Acres?
Her sister was on Green Acres.
So
Ava Gabor.
Zsa Zsa, I believe she was a model for a while. She was married to someone famous, I think.
I forget that was a thing that she could do, yeah.
Just marry famous people.
Just marry famous people.
And the next thing you know, you're First Lady of the United States, and my God, do you hate every minute of it?
Right. Score by Angelo Badalamenti.
Hell yeah.
Fucking fantastic score. God damn. And I mean, the score for Nightmare on Elm Street is outstanding. Man, did they up their fucking game on this one.
He's a very weird choice.
He is. Because like right before this, he was working on Blue Velvet.
Which fucking rules.
And like, I mean, honestly, if you know him for anything, it's his work with David Lynch, specifically Twin Peaks.
Yeah, he's done a bunch of other stuff. It's not nearly as good as the stuff he does with David Lynch.
Yeah. Yeah. Dokken was brought in since their manager was tight with Wes Craven, and the inclusion of the catchy song plus the music video, which put the band in the movie.
We get 2 Dokken songs in this.
Oh yeah, well, Into the Fire was from another record, but yeah, man, they're in there. They're rocking with Dokken for sure. Mm-hmm. Motherfuckers, god damn, I like Dokken.
Don't dig too deep on that one. I bet you'll learn things you don't want to know.
You know what? I don't give a shit. A good song is a good song. I know that. Wow. I know that George Lynch tried to murder Don Dokken by strangling him, and that's why they're not in a band anymore. But fucking goddamn, they're a good band. But the all of that was instrumental in the marketing of this movie. The video was in major circulation on MTV during the period when hard rock and metal was just reaching its peak.
Mm-hmm.
According to horror movie legend, one of the prop claws was stolen from the set of the movie and vanished, reappearing on the wall of the shed in Evil Dead 2. True? Probably not.
No, it is true.
Well, no, the glove was probably placed there by the special effects guy, Mark Shostrom, because he was also doing special effects on Evil Dead 2.
So there was a kind of prank war going on between Sam Raimi and Wes Craven.
Yeah.
Which I was like, that's fun.
That's
cute. Fun
hey,
fun
guys.
that they're having a good time together.
Hey, guys, it's fun.
Yeah. So.
But, because the original, the story that always kind of makes the rounds is a couple of fans, like, snuck onto the set and, like, kind of blended
Dubious.
in with the grips, and then like took one of them, and then somehow it made its way onto the set of Evil Dead 2. And it's
one
like,
does not sneak onto the set.
No, you certainly fucking do not. But no, the truth is, no, it's that both movies had shared a special effects artist.
I love an urban legend, though.
That's not bad. Gives the world a little color.
Yeah.
There are 2 video game adaptations, one for Commodore 64 and PC and one for the NES. The NES is notoriously one of the worst games released for the console.
Yep.
We got that, and we got the Friday the 13th game. Friday the 13th game's not bad.
Very difficult.
It's so hard.
Very challenging.
Yeah. Also, there's technically a novelization of this movie.
Nice.
This blew my mind. This blew my mind because it sounds cheap and shitty. Here's why. It's called The Nightmares on Elm Street, which condenses the first three movies into a single 200-page volume by an author named Jeffrey Cooper, probably a pseudonym.
Yes. Dean Koontz.
Stephen King. In France, this movie is known as...
Yes!
Freddy 3, Claws of the Nightmare.
Best title ever. I don't even care if that's true. I want it to be true so bad. Best title ever.
Known as Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Tragedy House in Japan.
That's not nearly as good as Claws of the Nightmare.
No, it's a fucking title, man, right? And then lastly, before we move along here, this movie was banned in Queensland, Australia until 1990.
Mm-hmm.
Not because of the violence.
Yeah.
Because of the drugs in Taryn's death scene.
Yeah, it sounds like it was a very particular moment in Australian politics.
Yeah, let me tell you about it.
Yeah, please.
Queensland government at the time was headed up by a guy named Johannes Bjelke Petersen, who was and check this out. This might
traditional
sound familiar.
Australian name.
This might sound familiar to you. He was an authoritarian piece of shit who ran on a fascist, racist platform that claimed that the state was overrun with crime from leftists, Aborigines, and immigrants.
Ooh.
Huh. How about that?
It is literally the same story every time.
Every fucking time. And you give him the Fell For It Again award.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Not good.
Johannes Bjelke Petersen.
Yeah, just a traditional Australian name.
Right. So where'd the press land on this one?
It's a little middle of the road, surprisingly. But
I get that. Because about this point, like we're back half of the 80s. They're probably a little fucking cynical about this shit.
Well, I'm going to tell you about Tom Long from my paper of record, the Boston Globe.
The old gray lady.
The old green lady. Freddy is back, but it's not the same Freddy we knew and loathed. He's become bloated with success, sold his maggot-ridden soul for a big dollar budget that has him playing second fiddle to a succession of special effects that overwhelm a primitive ghost story about a maniac with a gleam in his eye and blood on his hands. He does not like it.
He's just a simple slasher villain with a dream and a smile.
So Tom Long kind of feels how a lot of critics felt in that the special effects, such as they are, sort of take center stage, and the core of the story that was interesting in the first one is kind of stripped away here. And I think there's some truth to that.
Yeah, but like at the same time, they knew they couldn't do the first one again. They definitely didn't want to go the path of Freddy's Revenge, and so
they all pretend that Freddy's Revenge didn't exist, basically.
This movie completely ignores that movie. Yeah. That shit did not happen as far as this movie is concerned.
And so I think a lot of people are responding to the idea that Wes Craven is coming back. They don't know that his shit gets kind of written out of it.
Okay.
And so I think there's this expectation that it's going to be a lot like the first one, which, say what you want about it, the first one is a very creative film that puts young people at the center of the story. It's about the people in the story. This one is more about the kills.
Yeah.
And it's going down more of a Friday the 13th path.
Sure.
I mean, if you're not hip to horror movies the way that most critics aren't, you won't notice the nuance. You'll just be like, wait, the first one's kind of a creative ghost story. This one is very much not that.
All right. I mean, because this one definitely has a lot of creativity for it, but they reoriented themselves in the approach to making this movie. And I guess, I don't know.
And the story is... it got so chopped up. Like there's 4 people responsible for this.
4 writers credits on this.
And that's always going to be a mess. And so I think that's kind of what he's getting at. Here's my girl, Janet Maslin. Ye old gray lady.
Let's have it. The real old gray lady.
That's right. Not to be, except no substitutions or imitations. Freddy Krueger is the most talkative of slashers and also the most creative. Some of the tormented teenage roles are played well, but the real star is Freddy himself, brought scarily to life by Robert Englund. Freddy taunts his victims a lot more vocally and colorfully than most of his horror film comrades. Despite a subplot that involves a mysterious nun and finally labels him as the bastard son of 100 maniacs, he seems to be insult-proof too, and indestructible. Though one of the more remarkable episodes reduces him to the status of a mere skeleton, the film ends with the obligatory frisson of foreboding. Freddy will be back.
Yeah. That remark about how chatty he is, that has definitely got to be like the key to the success of this character is like,
I guess depending on who you ask.
Cause like the thing is like, I like my killers silent. I'm not a fan. I'm not rooting for Jason or Michael Myers. I like their presence. I like their physicality. I like what they bring to the movie as the bad guys. In this one, it's almost like people wanted to like Freddy because like he's a character who actually interacts with his victims.
And I mean, I think obviously that is a problematic concept to begin with, and it's an interesting thing to unpack.
It's the thing that I think Rob Zombie is really into, like why he dives so fucking deep into the Michael Myers character is because he really likes Michael Myers.
He's got to find a reason to like him.
And I've never really understood that because there's not a single horror movie villain that I sort of approach in that same way. But I can see because like Freddy is for sure bringing something new to the game, and shit, like a lot of people just liked that.
It's like the Rodney Dangerfield of slashers.
Yeah.
Moving on, Kevin Thomas, curmudgeon that he is, Los Angeles Times. Like Dracula, Freddy Krueger just can't be kept down. The big difference is that his films are becoming burlesques of the original, and that's frankly all to the good. The morbid tone of the original has given way to horror comedy set off by quite spectacular and imaginative fantasy sequences. Dream Warriors is no less grisly, but at least you can laugh at it.
That's Kevin Thomas?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, he doesn't usually like stuff.
No.
But
they won him over.
I'm going to move on to some other people who don't like stuff. Buckle up.
Oh, God. Okay.
This is the third in a hyper-violent and rather stupid series of thrillers
shut up.
about an adult child killer. I like that its phrase makes it sound like he's killing adult babies. An adult child killer with knives for fingers, but now has returned to haunt more teenagers in their sleep. What you get for your money are scenes with a severed head, the simultaneous injection of 10 hypodermic needles, presumably filled with heroin, and 4 long tongues that turn into arm and ankle straps for a sex scene. The film's only blessing? It just might be bad enough to kill off the series. 1 star.
Oh God. Okay, so I've got to flip a coin on this one. Is that our guy? There's no mention of misogyny in it, so I'm gonna say that this is Roger.
You are incorrect.
Oh shit!
This is the Gene Genie himself.
Oh no.
As far as Roger Ebert, it's slick, it has impressive production values, and the acting is appropriate to the material. So why did I find myself so indifferent to the movie? Maybe because it never generated any sympathy for its characters. This is filmmaking by the numbers, without a soul. All the characters seem to drift in a machine-made script, a script devised as a series of pegs to hang the special effects on. He does not care for the movie. His review is, it's a little indifferent towards the whole thing, but he's very like, this feels like if I did like horror movies, I still wouldn't like it.
Huh, okay.
So he's kind of like not as aggressive as he might otherwise be. And I'm going to leave you with this last one. This is from an IMDb user. The headline is horrible in all capital letters. A really poorly written sequel. The budget is so slim that it appears they couldn't do post-work on the sound. Scenes in hallways echo. The movie is really horrible. The storyline is dumb and the acting is miserable. The end.
Shut up.
I actually had a hard time. There really aren't that many bad IMDb user reviews for this movie.
No, because if you're taking the time to write a fucking review of A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, you're probably a fan.
But yeah, I like that one. Horrible.
That's fucking funny.
Marijuana.
Was the whole thing just like written in all caps?
No, it's mostly there's bad grammar, but there are full sentences. Not like that last one I read where it was just like one fucking paragraph of a sentence.
That's amazing. Okay, well, shall we?
We must.
All right, here we go. We open on a title card which reads, "Sleep, those little slices of death, how I loathe them." And it attributes it to Edgar Allan Poe, which is some bullshit.
Yes, it is Moliere.
Is it?
No, I have no idea.
No, it's not a fucking Poe quote. They just like made this shit up. Nobody knows who said it, or they just put some stuff up there and fucking slapped his name on it because he ain't talking.
I love that though.
That's presumptuous.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a movie. I'm gonna start out with text on the screen. It just says, "What? D's nuts?" Albert Einstein.
Then we cut to a great twist on the original movie's opening. Close-up shots of hands working. The original saw Freddy building his glove. This one sees young Kristen making some paper mache and using it to sleepily construct a house in the likeness of Nancy Thompson's place.
Now, is this like I think this is like a hobby of hers?
I don't know what would fucking possess her to do this. I mean, maybe she just needs something to do to stay up. So, like, you may as well sort of make a paper mache and popsicle stick model of this house you keep dreaming about.
I don't know. Paper mache feels like a weird hobby for a person outside of an adult day camp.
It's so messy.
Yeah.
It's so messy. You get this shit on your hands. Yep. She's struggling to stay awake. So she puts some fucking docking on to stay awake.
Does.
Yeah.
Into the fire.
God, what a jam. Her mother busts in, place dressed up in furs and a crazy dress. Demanding.
It looks like her mom is like coming from a Dynasty theme party.
Yeah, she went in there with her fucking her date was dressed up like fucking James Brolin or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's demanding that Kristen go to sleep. Kristen tells her that she's still having those dreams. Also, Mom has a guest.
Yeah, she does.
She mustn't keep him waiting.
Listen, you gotta wait until the kids are out of the house if you're gonna start doing that. Come on.
I know. So she hits the hay and drifts off to sleep. Yeah, as far as the guy is concerned, like he's just a voice off in the background. He's like, "Hey, where you keep the bourbon?
Where's the wild turkey?"
Oh, you want some SoCo, babe?
Also, if paper mache is her hobby, she's not very good at it. This house looks terrible.
Listen, she's working with what she's got. Oh God, yeah. God, good for her. When the camera pulls back, Kristen's bed is located in the front yard of the old Thompson place, all boarded up now. Kids in slow motion play games in the yard, singing that old Freddy nursery rhyme.
All right, I got a question.
What's
we all
that?
know Freddy is a child killer. This is a well-established thing. But when exactly is he killing children? Because the ghostly kids in these movies are always dressed like it's like the 40s.
Oh, yeah, so they're stepping in off the fucking set of Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah, like they're on their way to church.
Yeah.
He killed a very specific type of child. The sexy kind.
Oh, don't. A little girl in a tricycle greets her as she... Do I leave that in?
It's up to you. But you gotta leave this in, too.
Gross. So yeah, little girl on the tricycle greets her as she approaches, and then she rides into the house. In a panic, Kristen follows her into the house and down into the nasty-ass basement around to the furnace, which suddenly fires itself up. And the girl announces ominously that Freddy is home, so Kristen picks her up and starts to run. She finds herself chased by Freddy's shadow, eventually coming to a halt in the hallway, unable to run because of all the nasty shit she finds herself up to her ankles in.
Yeah, it's just like muck.
That's that classic dream shit where it's like you can't move because, like, you know, it's goo on the ground or on the steps or, you know.
Yeah, I mean, the other day I had a dream that my apartment was full of pythons, and I kept pushing them away from me with a Swiffer. And I don't know what that was all about. But
There's some symbolism there.
I guess.
Freddy catches up and is about to slash her, but she keeps running and comes upon a room where the bodies of teenagers hang from chains.
It's dark.
It's dark. It's a cool scene, though.
It is a cool scene that, unfortunately, they're going to ruin with a cheap prop.
Oh, God, I know. So, yeah, she looks down at the girl in her arms and finds her now nothing but a desiccated corpse. A real crappy-looking one.
Now, in my head, so the story goes that they had actually spent quite a long time making a very realistic
2 months and like thousands of dollars
Yeah.
on this like puppet that was like that you could operate and like, you know, it sounded really fancy.
And it looked like it was kind of torn up, like a child's corpse. And they were like, oh, you can't put a ripped up child corpse in this
Chuck
movie.
Russell was like spooked by it or something like that.
And so they replace it with this. But in my head, I remembered this being like a kind of like a Spirit Halloween white skeleton with like a John Benet Ramsey wig on.
No, I always remember it because the brain is visible when she looks down to it, and it looks so shitty.
It looks real
fucking
bad.
But is it true that this puppet thing was made? Because that to spend like all of that time and all that money on it, and then have Russell go, ugh, we're not using that. That does. I
don't know if it's Russell that did it. I think that it probably came down. There's a lot of like weird apocryphal shit around.
I'm
going to
say I had to throw. There's so much fucking research to do on this movie, and I think I threw about 75% of it out because like I can't. So much of it sounds very fantastical and ridiculous. And
I think a lot of it falls somewhere in the middle where they probably were like, you can't have a very realistic looking dead child in this movie. We just can't do that. Like they're probably like, this is going to get us an X rating. Or something like that.
Yeah. Like you could do that. You could do that nowadays real easy.
Yeah. And so it's probably like that. Like all this stuff that's like, and then this happened. It's like, did it though?
Yeah.
Like, but there were also tons of problems on the production with this movie. Like they fired most of the crew within the first couple of weeks because of how long they were all like real fucking slow and inefficient. And they ended up way behind schedule and over budget on everything. And they were like, nope, you're all fired. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And so they got like pretty much everybody new.
So Kristen wakes up, heads to the bathroom, but she's still in a dream. Faucet knobs grab her hands as Freddy appears in the mirror. Then knives grow out of one of them and slash her wrists.
It's a real Beetlejuice kind of moment.
It is, yeah. Kristen's mother busts in, finds her there, holding a razor in one hand while her wrist bleeds.
Kristen, you gotta know this looks bad.
Yeah. At a psychiatric hospital, Max the orderly, played by a young Lawrence Fishburne.
And God, how much do we love a young Lawrence Fishburne? How much do we love an old Lawrence Fishburne?
I love him.
Great.
He's great. It's fucking fantastic.
Heart and soul of this movie. Him and John Saxon, heart and soul.
He's, I'm gonna give him the strongest actor award. Like he is turning it in and doing a good job.
Okay, fine. I was gonna go John Saxon, but
no, because John Saxon,
he's gonna be number one in my heart.
He's just gonna play drunk,
He does.
And then he runs some theories by Dr. Neil Gordon, who looks like Bill Maher.
Oh, there's a story that or a quote I came across. This is Craig Wasson. The only other thing I know him from is Body Double. Right? Body Double?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
He's a guy in that. And so in some interview, they were like asking about, is there like a sex scene? He was like, no, between him and Nancy. He says, no, we didn't have sex, but there was this one real hot kiss that just about melted the camera lens.
Guy.
Too bad they cut it. Come on, man.
Dude, don't do that shit.
Don't be a fucking scumbag.
Gross.
Yeah, my note literally says gross. I just made a tasteless joke about child murder.
Yep. So, he's Dr. Neil Gordon. We meet some of the Dream Warriors. We got Taryn, a recovering drug addict in a Dawkins t-shirt.
And if you think Nancy's acting is something, whoo.
Oh boy. And they spun her off into another sort of dream horror movie like the following year.
Mm-hmm.
There's Jennifer, who self-harms with cigarettes. Philip, who suffers from a dangerous sleepwalking parasomnia.
Don't get attached to these people.
He makes marionettes.
What a weird hobby. One of them's making fucking paper mache houses. This one's making marionettes. What is this, the 50s?
Yeah, you got to set up these kills.
It's true.
And then there's also Kincaid, tough kid who suffers occasional violent outbursts.
He's great.
He is the best. I think he's my favorite in the movie.
Of the Dream Warriors?
Of the Dream Warriors, yeah.
Yeah, I like the nerdy kid too, but yeah.
I like that he survives.
Yep.
And then he's the fucking first to die in the next movie.
Yeah, pretty quickly.
There's rumors of a new hotshot clinical intern in the building that everyone's talking about, but let's put a pin in that for a sec. Kristen, having just been admitted, is throwing a huge fit in the exam room as the orderlies try and sedate her. She fights them off and holds them back with a scalpel, which seems like a really dangerous thing to have on a fucking psychiatric unit.
Mm-hmm.
Chanting the Freddy rhyme, and as she's about to finish, someone finishes for her. It's Nancy Thompson, the new hotshot intern.
Cuts Lawrence Fishburne. So here's the deal. You would not have scalpels on a psychiatric ward just because you're not doing surgery.
You cannot have shoelaces on a psychiatric unit.
But you're not doing surgery. There's no reason to have it there. But that is neither here nor there. A freak out of this level would get this girl transferred to somewhere far more serious.
Well, let me. When I was a counselor,
she
on a psychiatric
grabs
unit,
a scalpel and cuts someone with it. You don't stay.
Actually,
after
no.
that.
Actually, the guy that I'm thinking of did get sent up to the state hospital after we had to take him down. But yeah, there were people who would have these outbursts. It would require people to require us to put hands on, which I fucking hated. But they would just get locked up in the fucking quiet room. Yeah. Or if they were bad enough, they got put in leather restraints.
We used to just call the cops.
Sometimes you got to call the cops.
Sometimes.
Like when a guy manages to break a fucking unbreakable window with a chair and then stalk the hallway with a piece of broken glass.
Well, Freddy's coming for you.
Fuck that shit. That job sucked. Oh, so yeah.
So Nancy's a grad student. Question: how is Nancy a grad student? It's only been 3 years.
No, it has not. It has been 6 years.
Why do they do this with weird movies?
Okay, so here's why. And I think, and it's pure speculation. I think it is to make it reasonable that Nancy, only a few years after the other movie, which I think she was like 16. She's supposed to be 16, I think, in the first one.
Yep.
So now she's old enough to actually like realistically be a grad student.
And you know how we know this? Because they fluff up her hair big time. They give her big dynasty hair too, and that's how you know she's an adult now.
Yeah, the big old shoulder pads. She's got that fucking white streak in it that I love.
She looks good.
It's a good look.
So but now, also, I have a note that says, Nancy, don't hug the patients. It's wildly inappropriate. I mean, we appreciate the very timely dramatic entrance.
I want to do that. I want to get it. I want to have a mental health professional join us for one of these movies in a mental hospital things.
Ahem. Someone on this podcast used to be a mental health professional.
No, but I mean like a clinical worker. You know.
Wow.
I'm
want
sorry.
a therapist?
Yeah. Let's have a therapist. Let's have a psychiatric. A clinical psychiatric professional.
Well, you can have Mom on. How about that?
We'll have Mom on. Let's get Mom on the show.
I don't like that idea.
So, Nancy's now talking to Dr. Gordon and tells her the group on the unit is all suffering from various sleep disorders, and they all share a group delusion that they're being stalked in their dreams by this monstrous killer.
She calls it pattern nightmares, which is a phrase I'd never heard before.
I'd never heard of it. Is that a thing?
It sounds like it used to be a term used to describe a sleep disorder that basically involves like repeated nightmares that are disturbing.
Oh, okay.
Like disturbing or like particularly intense.
Huh. So he asks about the rhyme, and then she's like evasive about it. So she also drops her purse, and a bottle of pills labeled Hypnosil falls out.
And he fucking grabs them and then starts reading the bottle.
As one does.
That's real tacky, man. Don't
It's like,
do
hey lady, what you taking? What you got in there? Anything good?
We're gonna learn that Dr. whatever the fuck his name is, Neil, he's not so big on like traditional boundaries.
Dr. Neil deGrasse Gordon. So Max shows Nancy around and introduces her to the kids on the unit. We also meet Joey, who doesn't speak, and he has a crush on a nurse there.
And also, this is when he introduces her to Kincaid, and he calls him Cool Breeze. And I thought, from now on, I want you to call me Cool Breeze.
You got it, Cool Breeze.
So good. Why does Joey have a teardrop tattoo on his face?
It's not a tattoo. It's just drawn on his face. I am sure that there had to have been some scene that was shot, some part that was written to explain that, because that shit is gone later on.
Because
the same thing hit me is I saw that and I was like, no, what's that about? And then a little later on, he shows up again and the thing is gone.
And it kind of like, at first I wondered, like, was this character supposed to be older maybe? Or I don't know.
I found some article that was sort of about like the making of this movie. And like, there were versions of the script that had like characters were sort of mixed up. Some were older, some were younger. It's entirely possible that he was written as an older character and got swapped out to be played by a younger actor or something.
Because he looks very young. Like he's
probably the
supposed
youngest
to be a
of them
teenager,
all. Yeah.
But he looks like he's about 13 or 14.
Yeah. I mean, I would say he's probably a little older, but he's probably intended to be like that, about that old. Yeah. Nancy meets with Kristen's mom. She's super dismissive of her daughter's problems. Nancy goes up to Kristen's room to get her things to bring back to the hospital. Why? I don't know. Definitely not something that a clinical professional would do. But here we are.
Now, in defense of Kristen's mom, Nancy does come off like a fucking lunatic. Where she's basically like, your daughter is being stalked by a demon. If somebody said that shit to me, I'd be like, look, her bag is upstairs. I gotta go. You have 5 minutes.
Listen, I got 3 gentlemen callers on the line.
They all want to know where the bourbon is, if you know what I mean.
So yeah, she goes up to her room, finds the model of her old house there. At the hospital, Dr. Gordon does a little research into the drug Hypnosil to see what that shit was all about. As it would happen, Hypnosil is a sedative that induces dreamless sleep. Now, why would she want that?
Not a real thing.
Not a thing. No.
I don't think you can control dreams.
I don't think. Well, I mean, you can. You can
with medication. You cannot. Flush them away.
Absolutely not. No. That is some shit that your body, your brain gonna do.
Mm-hmm. So if you ever meet those people that are like, I don't dream. Yes, you do.
You absolutely do.
You don't remember them.
Just don't remember them. In her room at the hospital, Kristen is drawing and fighting to stay awake, but she loses that battle.
And she's drawing Freddy's house.
She's drawing Nancy's house. I don't know. It may as well be Freddy's house at this point.
She's drawing the fucking house. And the way that she's drawing it makes it look like Nancy actually lived in a popsicle stick house. I don't think much like her paper mache skills, Kristen's not a very good artist. She just doesn't have the talent for art. I get it. I don't either.
You got to do it. Listen, you gotta get that shit off your chest. Get it out. What's in your heart? Put it on the page.
Popsicle stick houses.
Popsicle stick houses, paper
She's obsessed
mache.
with them.
You get that black charcoal. Just
Craypaws.
express yourself. Little macrame. She seems to wake up suddenly, and the door to her room opens. And the little girl's tricycle wheels itself in, leaving a little bloody stain as it rolls. And then it melts under some phantom heat. And she backs out of her room, finds herself back in the ruins of the Thompson house.
Popsicle sticks and all.
In the dining room, she finds a table set with a roast pig on a plate. But when we wheel around and the room is back to the table, it's suddenly rotten and accompanied by the sound of flies. Super gross.
Here's a question. I'm no farmer. I actually don't know much about pigs as an animal. I know lots of animal facts, not about those though. Do pigs typically snarl?
Probably.
Do they make a growling sound? Well, I know they don't make a growling sound.
I'm sure they could. But what happens to a pig when it gets agitated?
Squeals?
Maybe.
Screams?
That'd be creepy. A screaming pig.
Gives you a side eye.
Make some cutting remarks.
Mm-hmm.
In another
fun
room,
of the way you're dressed.
Not cool, pig. Not cool. In another room in the house, the lights come on suddenly, and a shape under the rug rushes at her and up behind the walls, shattering the plaster. There's a beat of silence, and she's suddenly taken up into the air when a huge slimy worm with Freddy's head erupts from under her, dragging her into its mouth. And then she calls out to Nancy.
Fun fact: when they originally made this, it looked too much. It looked too much like a dick. So their solution, because it was sort of too late to do anything about it, their solution was to cover it in goo. Now, audience members, I ask you, does a giant goo-covered wang help the situation, or is it sort of like 6 in one, half dozen in another?
Bring me the axepod at gmail.com. Let us know. Out of the real world, Nancy can hear her cries coming up from the model house, so she allows herself to fall asleep, falling backwards and through the chair into the dream world. Fucking cool scene, man. I love it.
She's got that dream magic so popular in Malaysia.
She crashes through a mirror and finds herself in Kristen's nightmare. Using a piece of broken mirror, she stabs the Freddy worm to release Kristen, and then the worm rears up and we see Freddy's face, recognizing him.
I do love these moments. It's sort of like the moment, because, they do the thing where she looks up and looks at him and he looks at her and just says, you. It's very much like when Father Marin walks into the house and you just hear from upstairs in the bedroom, the demon screams his name.
Yeah.
I love those moments. They're real
fucking
cool.
Awesome. So Kristen wakes up then, freeing them both from the dream.
Well, first she does it, but she does that thing where she holds her fingers to her temple, which is the universal sign for using your telepathic powers.
I love that shit. Love it. Nancy brings the model house to Kristen's room, and they talk about her weird power to pull people into her dreams. She's been dreaming about Nancy's house for as long as she can remember. The kids are all brought into group therapy sesh to meet Nancy. We also meet the last of the Dream Warriors. There's Will, whose previous suicide attempt left him paralyzed in a wheelchair. Because it's a group therapy session, they all kind of pick at each other, which seems very counterproductive.
They do. They have the idea of group therapy vis-a-vis this film is that they all describe the worst moments of their lives and then mock one another's pain.
Yeah. Ain't that, that's therapy. That's how you're supposed to get over it.
Yep. Rub a little dirt in it. Walk it off.
You get a little tussin in you. Dr. Sims tries to explain to them that their dream problems are just all in their heads, product of guilt and sexual repression.
Now, also, not a thing that mental health professionals do.
Just completely invalidate your feelings and tell you you're wrong.
Mental health providers aren't usually in the business of telling you how to interpret anything.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a straight up psychotic delusion, and they're like, that's not real.
That night, Taryn and Joey play Dungeons and Dragons. Wizard Master with Will until it's time for lights out.
I bet Wizard Master's how they all got here. Satan.
Exactly. It's a fucking direct vector. That and Dokken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, I was most distracted in this scene by the bottom of Will's socks, which are absolutely filthy. Pretty wild for someone who can't walk.
I did not notice this. That's amazing. So as soon as Max leaves, Will and Joey hash it out over who gets first watch. Joey posts up in the chair while Will gets a little sleep. Nancy has dinner with Dr. Gordon. The topic turns to her mother, who died.
So she goes, do your parents still live around here? And my note is, no, my mother died a few years ago when she fell asleep and burst into flames after being set upon by a demonic ghost who killed all my friends. You know, just typical first date stuff.
Yeah, just get your cards out on the table. So yeah, her mother died in the first movie, a victim of Freddy. She tries to explain to Dr. Gordon without sounding insane that the kids are all in physical danger because of their dreams, and makes a case for prescribing Hypnosil to all of them. But he won't budge on that shit because we need to dream, which is true. We got to dream.
And he says, you have no business taking it either. And I thought, Dr. Neal, you have no business telling her what she should and shouldn't be taking. You're not her doctor.
Also, this dating situation? Guys, come on. This is an HR nightmare.
There's a lot of issues here. Clearly, again, more boundaries that Dr. Neal does not respect.
No, red flag city. Back at the hospital, Philip is fast asleep. One of his puppets transforms into Freddy in a cool stop motion scene.
This is the coolest part of the movie.
I fucking love when a movie will do stop motion.
Because it is so, it's sort of like miniatures. Like
it's a fucking art form.
Yeah, like if you're like, oh, they use like miniature set, it looks really cheesy. It's like if you watch some of the shit that like the Toho team was doing in the 60s and 70s, that shit is really impressive. Like when you do this weird stuff well, it looks awesome. And whoever did this, and I used to know who it was, but I can't remember who the puppet maker was. But like this scene is done incredibly well. It's an iconic moment.
Yeah, they're gonna do it again at the end of the movie. Also, pretty fucking good. Yep. It's you know what it is it's the thing that I love about it is it's ballsy because it's such a time consuming process to do it and to do it well.
Yeah, it's like doing claymation.
Yeah, it's like Charles Band always like kind of got up to that shit in his movies too, like Robot Jocks, like movies that had no business doing stop motion.
It's
so
probably
that
because
like Puppet Master does it a bunch.
It's cheap, but it's time consuming.
Yeah.
So it's like you can do it if you don't have a lot of money. You just have to invest a lot of time in it.
It's just something I respect the shit out of it when I see it.
Mm-hmm. And it's also just a really creative moment in the film.
Yeah. Cause it's the puppet, like it's a featureless puppet essentially. And then it like gradually transforms into Freddy's face. Very, very cool transformation scene.
Now, what's not cool is when it transforms into regular Freddy.
Right. Freddy slashes Philip across each arm and leg and pulls the tendons up like marionette strings. And then he walks Philip out of his room. Kincaid wakes up and sees this, but he just makes nothing of it since this dude sleepwalks all the fucking time.
Look, I think we can at least consider this death as partially Kincaid's fault. Maybe not entirely, but...
Joey looks out the window as Will sleeps and sees Philip on the edge of one of the hospital buildings. He wakes up Will, who breaks the window, shouts to Philip, trying to wake him up. Joey runs out to get help, waking everybody up, but they're unable to help. All they can do is just sit there in the window and watch.
The only thing he doesn't do is do the come on gesture to the nurse.
That's right. Well, the nurse is like, oh shit, there's them crazy kids again, and just like lets him run down the hall, smashing every door he sees. In the dream world, Freddy pulls Philip's strings like a puppet, and then he slashes them, sending Philip over the edge into his death to the ground below.
I think it's probably best kill in the entire franchise.
In the entire franchise?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know. It's a
good one. It's very creative. It's that creative Nightmare on Elm Street shit that
the Johnny Depp one and the Tina kill are probably right up there as well.
For sure. Yeah. So now in the group session, the kids argue about what happened. The doctors try to dissuade them of the notion that Freddy is to blame. And then the hospital institutes now a new policy that their doors will be locked at night and they'll all be sedated. Now,
we get a lot of Kincaid in this group session. And one gets the impression that Ken Sago's his affected way of speaking in these movies is not something that comes naturally to him.
What do you mean?
He has a sort of, I don't really know how, it's not Ebonics per se. It's more like a very kind of street
a lot
tough.
of colloquialisms.
Yeah, like it's a very affected kind of like urban street tough kind of kid. And it just does not sound natural coming out of him. Like you can tell this is not a way that he's accustomed to speaking.
Yeah, maybe. You know what it is it doesn't quite mix with his voice.
No.
Because he's kind of got this voice that's a much higher register. He's kind of got a bit of a lisp as well.
Yep.
Yeah. Nancy puts up a fight because they'll all be defenseless. So Dr. Gordon says that he's going to prescribe the Hypnosil, but Dr. Sims resists.
Yeah, he's taking advice from the grad student intern based on her experiences as a teenager.
She's the hotness. She's the new hotshot intern.
She is. That's how persuasive she is.
Due to his outburst at group, Kincaid finds himself in the quiet room where he fights falling asleep. Max walks in on Jennifer watching TV, also trying to stay awake. She talks him into leaving her there and not forcing her to go to bed.
She is using a proper clicker.
A true clicker.
Yep.
One big ass button.
Yep.
As Taryn comes out of the showers, one of the orderlies, a real scumbag, dangles the keys to the medical dispensary in front of her face, making her a terrible offer.
I love that it's always the Italian American stereotypes who abuse their power. Think about all the like sleazy like EMTs in Halloween and Friday the 13th. Always Italian American.
Always Italian.
Yeah.
What is that?
I think it's the hair grease.
And the gabagool. Mm-hmm. So Jennifer, meanwhile, burns herself with cigarettes to stay awake, but it's not working out so well. So she stops the TV. Also, she's watching Critters.
Yep.
She stops the TV on a late night talk show as Zsa Zsa Gabor talks to Dick Cavett, who suddenly turns into Freddy.
I like Dick Cavett.
What's that?
I like Dick Cavett.
Yeah, he's a real middle of the road guy.
I think he was like a progressive. I think he was politically progressive.
Oh, yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah.
So apparently, in this moment, Zsa Zsa Gabor didn't bother to read the script.
She had no idea what she was getting into.
And
she
so
just said yes.
She didn't. She was like, all of what you see on the screen is her genuine reaction when Robert Englund jumps out.
I fucking love that. I love that so much that she just was like, just so happy to be in a movie. He shows up to a Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
You know, she must have been in something, though, because she's on an episode of Mr. Ed that I remember.
Okay.
So she must have been famous for something. I think she was a model.
She had like fucking Love Boat or something. She's kind of like Charo that way. Like, what the fuck was Charo famous for?
Charo was a singer. She was a singer in Latin America. And then she was on the Love Boat.
All right. So maybe there's a Zsa Zsa thing. Like maybe hers is simple. Like is similar because she's got to have something.
White diamonds.
So she approaches the malfunctioning TV, which suddenly sprouts mechanical arms. Freddy's head sprouts from the top, and he smashes her head through the TV.
You gonna do it? You gonna say it?
Welcome to prime time, bitch.
That's a pretty good impression.
Not bad, right?
I
love this one too. I like this. This is a fun kill.
It's very cool because again, it's creative. I could do without the bitch part, but yeah, whatever.
That really does become a Freddy thing.
Yeah, and it's
to such an effect that like fucking Rick and Morty is still doing that joke.
Yeah, and it's if he had just done it the one time, fine. But once he does it over and over again, you're like, okay, ease up a little.
What are you doing, guy? Like, what's happening here?
What I love though is that he has the antenna on his head are moving around.
and they like move around.
Yes, I love it because they look like snail antenna.
Yeah. So Dr. Gordon watches the funeral from a distance when he's approached by a nun, Sister Mary Helen, who volunteers at the hospital.
Mary Helen has seen some better days too.
She's a rough looking lady. She tries to comfort him and suggests that she knows how to help the kids. The ghost of Freddy has to be destroyed. Like, no shit, lady.
Yeah, this is when we start to get this movie's sort of weird Christian propaganda.
God, I thought about that because, like, There's a lot of that I've been noticing a lot of that in a lot of modern horror movies as well. Like it's almost like
Well,
it's making
James
a
Wan
weird
is
comeback.
super, super Catholic, I think. And so that's why all the Conjuring movies and the, what's the other one? Insidious.
Yeah.
That's why all of those have such a hard Christian slant to them.
Yeah. What is it? We just saw The Black Phone 2.
Is it any good?
No.
Oh, Michael's going to be disappointed.
Well, I don't know. I didn't really like the
You
first
liked
one.
the first one. I didn't.
But yeah, that one also ends with them like using fucking. Also, it's kind of a ripoff of this movie, but that one ends with them like using scripture to kind of like slow the demon grabber guy.
It's
That's
such
like,
a
what is
terrible
that?
cop out.
It is. It is,
Like,
and
be
the
more
way
creative.
that the way that this movie ends bothers me because of that.
Like, watch some like fucking weird Hong Kong horror movies. Then you'll see what real creativity is.
I
You
do
need
love
to
that.
you need to get a witch stabbing knife.
And you got to eat a lot of worms, a lot of mealworms. You got to eat a lot of that. And then you got to vomit it on a voodoo doll.
And then you drink a whole glass of water and baking soda.
Yeah, Hong Kong horror is a very special thing.
I love it.
So gross. It's so gross. Mm-hmm. Back to the movie. Nancy approaches the funeral as the funeral breaks up. They talk for a second. We look
And
back.
this outfit she's wearing, this is a 100% the softer side of Sears.
I was going to say she stole it from Christy Brinkley in the Uptown Girl video.
Exactly. She is like, I don't know, wrapped in like very cheap wool suit, it looks like.
Yeah. Does she have a veil?
I think
Was there
so.
a veil? I think there was a veil in it too.
And it's one
That's
of
how
those
you know you're
moments,
at a funeral in the 80s.
It's
There's
one
a
of those
net
moments-
veil.
They're trying, I think, to make her look older.
That is the thing. And I couldn't even tell you how old Heather Langenkamp is in this, but she's still quite young.
Yeah, she does not look very like, you know, the way they are portraying her. She's probably in her early 20s, maybe.
Probably. Let me see. How old was
I mean, she was one of the Lubbock babes. So, hey.
the fabulous Lubbock babes?
I think it was just the Lubbock babes.
I think that's what it was. Yeah. 1964. So she would have been 23 in this.
Okay.
Get back to where's my fucking notes. That night they have dinner at Nancy's place. She shows him her Malaysian dream doll, a totem that is supposed to bring good dreams. Surprised she doesn't have a fucking dream catcher hung up.
I appreciate that they did not do that. I don't think the Dreamcatcher was that popular yet.
They hadn't gone out to Sedona, Arizona yet.
Not yet.
No. Gordon is losing his faith in himself since the kids just keep dying under strange circumstances. So,
Well, it all happened once you brought this Nancy Thompson in. I mean,
ooh, suspicious.
Is she a Black Widow? Who can say?
Nancy decides to just tell Gordon what's happening. The next day at group, it would appear that he believed the crazy bullshit she told him because Nancy describes Freddy to the group, who immediately recognize him.
Yeah, this is their unofficial group that they're having. And you know what? Nothing like keeping secrets from the other staff members at the hospital, right?
Hey, I see no problems here.
That's healthy. This is also where Nancy makes it all about her.
She explains his backstory and explains that they're the last of the Elm Street kids whose parents were part of the mob that killed Freddy. But this time around, they've got an advantage.
For fuck's sake, at this point, how many people ganged up to kill Freddy?
Jesus Christ, I
87?
know. Kristen's ability to pull people into her dreams can help them gang up on Freddy, and each one of them has a hidden power that they can summon in the dream world.
And Taryn's power is her terrible bangs.
Gordon puts them under hypnosis so Kristen can pull them together into the dream world. It looks like it didn't work, though. Joey, seeing the nurse he likes, slips off into the hallway where she pulls him aside to a room and comes onto him.
Now he has, unlike Taryn, he has a real sweet silky mullet.
His hair is great.
Just tucked into the back of his shirt.
Dr. Gordon uses one of those ball pendulum things, which sends the balls drifting off into space.
It's bad CGI.
Bad effect
Yeah.
for sure. Everyone realizes they're dreaming. Will can walk here. Will can walk here and explains that he's the wizard master in his dreams and he like uses magic or something.
And this is where I feel like Nancy is more of a danger to these children than Freddy at this point. She's like, come with me to your death, children.
A little later on, she's going to do this again, and immediately half of them get killed. Kristen uses some gymnastic shit. Kincaid is super strong in his dreams.
Yeah, the stuff that they can do in their dreams is kind of weird. Like, I would love it if one of them was just like, in my dreams, I'm a master flautist. Like, they're all just like, Kristen can do like some weird...
In my dream, I speak fluent Mandarin.
Yeah, like Kristen, like, she can do like some kind of half-assed gymnastics. And Taryn's dream involves her getting like kind of just a big makeover and a knife.
2 knives.
Yeah, like, what is this?
Yeah, in my dreams, I'm beautiful and bad.
Like, what? But also, when she's beautiful and bad, they also, like, she has glitter all over her chest, so, like, she's kind of got this bad, like Savage Streets look to her, but she's also kind of dressed like a topless dancer.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amateur night at the Kit Kat.
Yeah, it's very much like Angel 2.
Yeah. So Joey, meanwhile, is kicking it with the nurse, who has undressed, of course. And they're making out on the bed when her tongue shoots out of her mouth and ties Joey's arm to the bed. Then she disappears.
Was the nurse was she a Playboy playmate?
I think so.
I feel like I remembered hearing that, but like that might have just been a long time
cannot
ago.
remember her name off the top of my head, but it seems when I think about it, it seemed familiar. But yeah, I don't know. This was definitely the time when like you could, if you were a playmate, you could get into a movie or like a music video.
Yeah, like what the fuck did we just watch? That they were like, hey, it was X-Files. And they're like, we got this adult film star. It's like, yeah, we just call them actors, but cool, man.
So yeah, she disappears, replaced by Freddy, and then the bed falls out from under him, revealing a bottomless pit of fire. So this scene was originally scripted to have the nurse transform into Lady Freddy.
I wish that we had seen that.
I don't know, because...
I mean, we're going to get Meatball Freddy soon. Motorcycle Freddy. Why can't I get Lady Freddy?
Yeah, so the nurse actress would have the Freddy burns and the glove and shit, but she would also be naked. And DP Roy Wagner saw the concept art of this and backed out, realizing how completely off-putting this would be in practice.
Did you see Roy Wagner's filmography?
No.
This dude is like... original grindhouse horror guy.
Shit.
Meat Cleaver Massacre.
Damn.
Yep.
I wonder if he came in with Craven.
He might have. He did like Return to Horror High was another one.
Jesus.
Some like real deep cut stuff.
Because I'll tell you what, like this movie is shot very well.
Yeah, he's very good. Yeah. Like he has he's one of those sort of stalwart guys that started in horror and just sort of just stuck around.
Yeah. So the lights in the hospital go out, trapping everybody in the group room, which catches fire. The walls.
Oh, this is where Kristen says, he's close. He's heavy in the halls. What?
What?
He's heavy in the halls.
It's like a Tom Waits lyric.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, the walls literally close in around them. It's looking bad when the door busts open and Dr. Sims finds them all asleep, with Joey on the floor in a coma. The head doctor is pissed, and he suspends Dr. Gordon and Nancy for their unorthodox and unauthorized method and seriously unethical shit.
Yeah, finally someone has treated Nancy like an actual intern.
It's like, and you're just the intern here. And you're doing all this?
And you prescribed medication? That's definitely not legal.
No, I persuaded Dr. Gordon to prescribe the medication.
Right. That's different.
You know, as he's taking all his shit out to his car, Dr. Gordon sees the nun from the funeral at the top of the tower where Philip jumped from. He breaks into the tower and climbs the steps to an abandoned room. Now,
after everything that's happened, I don't think I would go chasing ghost nuns into the dilapidated part of the old asylum.
True. But he doesn't know she's a ghost yet.
That's true.
So he finds her there alone, where she explains that this wing of the hospital was once where the worst of the criminally insane were locked up. A young nurse on the staff was locked in there by accident and was raped by the inmates. And when she's finally brought out, the girl in question, Amanda Krueger, gave birth to Freddy, the bastard son of 100 maniacs.
You know, fun fact, the original name of 10,000 Maniacs.
Really?
No.
I can't even believe that. I thought that was plausible for a second. So she explains that because no body was ever found after the mob killed him, that he can still haunt the living. But if they find his remains and bury him in hallowed ground, it'll stop him for good. So at the hospital, Nancy keeps watch over Joey, demanding that Freddy let him go. The words, "Come and get him, bitch," are magically carved into his torso.
There we go again.
I know.
From here on out, every woman is just referred to as bitch.
Aw, bitch.
Bitch.
Dr. Gordon asks Nancy where Freddy's body is, and she says that there's only one person who knows. So they stop into a stanky dive bar where Nancy's dad is drowning his sorrows. No longer a cop, just some kind of mall cop now.
The bar is called Little Nemo's.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
It says a little cute Little Nemo in Dreamland.
Not bad. Should have called it Torchies.
That's what I would have done.
That's what I would have done. Nancy goes on about Freddy being back, but Dad won't hear it. He's a shell of a man now.
Still looking fine as hell.
He is a fucking handsome fella.
I love John Saxon. I love him in everything. I will watch any goddamn garbage thing that comes up.
He is in some
what is
fucking shit, and I will watch all of it.
What's that Hellraiser knockoff that he did that I watched?
Hellmaster?
Yeah, I watched the whole thing just because he's in it.
Okay, maybe that's the one that got me beat because I could not finish Hellmaster.
It's bad.
Gordon gets beeped from the hospital.
Why is Gordon getting beeped at the hospital? He was fired.
The same thought occurred to me, and I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to go with it because this fucking movie.
And also, he's taking calls from the payphone at the hospital. Does he have that saved in his beeper?
It's Taryn who tells him that Kristen is sedated and locked up in the quiet room. So Gordon sends Nancy back to the hospital while he stays behind to try and reason with her dad. Grab's dad, roughs him up a bit, and explains that they're going out together to find Freddy's body. They stop by a church where Gordon...
That's all it takes. That's all it takes for him to convince him.
You just got to show him a little tough guy bullshit.
Like earlier, he's just like, Nancy's like, we got to go do this. And he's like, nope, sorry, bye, bitch. And then leaves or whatever.
Yeah. So yeah, they stop by a church where Gordon fills up a bottle with some holy water and he steals a cross.
Best part about this is that now that holy water has that whole font of holy water. Traces of bourbon and John Saxon backwash.
You could say it's sanctified.
But he does give him he leaves his driver's license, and I wrote, good, now use his driver's license to call the police and report him. I feel like someone of authority needed to step in at some point in this movie.
These are just people who are completely out of control at this point.
Mm-hmm. All of them.
Oh, every single one. They head over to the junkyard where Don Thompson dumped Freddy's body after they killed him.
And this is when I realized that he is the security guard at the junkyard.
Oh, okay.
That's why he has the keys. Because I was like, why does he have the keys to the junkyard? And then I was like, oh, right, because that's where he's very convenient.
At the hospital, Nancy tries to get past Max, who won't let her see Kristen. She talks
now, Max is good because Max is compassionate, but he also recognizes that Nancy is a danger to the patients.
Yeah. Yeah, he's the only one with a good sense to him.
Mm-hmm.
So she talks him into seeing the last of the survivors, so she sets up another hypnosis session so they can try and find her in the dream world. When they drop into the dream world, they find themselves in the quiet room with Kristen.
She does, but the way she starts this is, nobody has to go in that doesn't want to. And then I wrote, yeah, but just so you know, Joey and Kristen will die if you don't, and it will be your fault. So, you know.
Almost immediately, the padded walls are shredded by Freddy's glove. Cool effect. I like it. Flying feather and fluff separates them all. Kristen finds herself back in a room listening to Dokken. It's just like the beginning of the movie. Her mom sees her off to bed as Freddy pulls her into the hallway and cuts her head off. The severed head then tells her that she spoils everything every time she brings a dude home.
And this is a pretty hard... So there's moments of the first one where it does have I don't want to say it has a sense of humor, but it doesn't take itself too seriously. This one does try to ride the line pretty hard, but like this kind of stuff falls into like the mean side of things.
Yeah.
In a way that you don't see coming, and it's like, ugh.
Yeah, it's the shit that she's saying. It's not the imagery so much. I think the effect of the talking head is fucking awesome. It's like
The neck looks a little rough, but otherwise it's a pretty good bit.
Yeah, it's a great composite. Then Freddy chases her around a bit. She does her crazy gymnastic stuff to avoid him and jumps out the window.
I guess it turns out that it, did come in handy. Her amateur gymnastics.
She's a stunt woman in her dreams. Now, Taryn finds herself cornered by Freddy in a seedy alley.
My question about this, though, about all like the next with the rest of them coming in, I thought Kristen's power was that she could bring other people into her dreams.
So I thought, again, that occurred to me where I was like, so she's got like a regular like waking world power and a dream world power?
And also now they don't need her to go into her dreams?
Yeah.
They just drop in without her. Doesn't that kind of undermine the whole thing?
Yes, that's a huge flaw that you have pointed out here.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but
who fucking cares? But that's a pretty big inconsistency right there. I sort of think that like I wonder if there was a maybe a script meeting at some point where somebody was like, okay, so she's got this power that can like make everybody go into dreams. And everybody was like, yeah. And they're like, okay, so like, what's her like dream power? And they're like, oh shit, well, that's kind of her dream power. And that's like, so what does she do in the dreams? And they're like, oh shit, good point.
Amateur gymnastics?
Maybe she could like do some parkour shit off the walls. And they're like, fucking awesome, write it down. Taryn pulls her knives and starts fighting Freddy. Then he raises his fingers, which are hypodermic needles.
But before that, you may have noticed that one of the blades on his glove falls off.
I did not notice that, actually. The track marks on her arms are now like hungry for the needles as Freddy sticks her.
It's really fucking gross.
It's a gross effect for sure. I've always been really kind of like unnerved by it.
So the original thing was that he sticks her with the needles and her head explodes.
Which, God, I wish we had that.
But it looked so horrible and cheap that they were like, no, you got to do something else.
Yeah.
And so they do this little animation, which is just gross.
So now Philip finds himself alone in a dark hallway.
Will?
Oh, you're right. Will, not Philip. Will finds himself alone in a dark hallway. A nasty old wheelchair, bristling with spikes, charges at him. Freddy taunts him from the end of the hallway. Suddenly finding his power, Will jumps up with a crazy wizard cloak and uses magic to destroy the chair.
My note says, that cloak, get the fuck out of here. The Wizard Master is the pinnacle of fashion.
Whenever I see it, I think of Doctor Strange. Mostly
that was my first thought. It's the cowl on it.
It's the big like cowl, you know. He uses it to fight Freddy, but it doesn't work, and Freddy just kills him with the glove. It's probably the weakest, most boring kill in the movie.
And it's sad because I liked him.
He's a good character.
Yeah.
Kristen continues searching for the others and comes upon Nancy. Kincaid then breaks through the wall. He calls out to Freddy, and a steel door appears hovering off the floor.
And he says, "Where you hiding at, you burnt-faced pussy?" It's really great.
That's awesome. It opens ominously, revealing the spiral staircase to Freddy's lair.
And I find in this, so I think one of the reasons I don't like Kristen as a character is that I find her voice so shrill. When she starts screaming, it's just so high pitched.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'll give you that. Gordon and Don drive into the heart of the junkyard and find the wreck of a Cadillac that stashed Freddy's remains in it. Takes some work, but Gordon pops the trunk, revealing the bundle of remains. What was with the 80s fascination with the Cadillac?
Nostalgia.
It had to be, because I was just watching Christine the other day.
100%.
Same thing. I mean, that's Stephen
Christine
King.
is a Plymouth Fury.
Okay. But still, same kind of car, right?
Yeah, big, chunky fucking fins on the back.
Yeah.
That's nostalgia.
Yeah, that's good. That's it.
We're all going to look back one day and think about the...
we'll have all movies about haunted Cybertrucks.
Yep. It's about a Prius.
In Freddy's lair, they find Joey still tied up over the maw of that pit. Freddy is also there, and Nancy demands that he let Joey go. So Freddy obliges, releasing the tongue ties.
Yes, but just one at a time, so she has enough time to get there to save him.
And Nancy gets there just in time to pull him up from falling while Kincaid and Kristen fight with Freddy.
I find it hard to believe that Nancy could pull up, 140 pounds, 135 pounds on her own dead weight.
She's been doing a lot of curls.
That's true.
You know. So Freddy lifts Kincaid off the ground and Nancy runs Freddy through with a pipe, but it's not enough to stop him. Pulls off his sweater, revealing the wailing faces of their friends on his torso.
It's kind of dumb.
I've always liked that scene.
Yeah.
It's a cheap looking effect, but I got a warm feeling for it. He explains that the souls of his victims have only made him stronger, and there's room for one more. So as Gordon and Thompson move Freddy's remains, his power wanes and he vanishes. Then they dig a grave for him, which is supposed to be on hallowed ground, but the movie's running out of time. They stop when they hear spooky noises. The cars around them suddenly come to life. Horns blaring, lights flashing.
Now, how can Freddy attack them if neither one of them is sleeping?
Well, that's a good question because
everything's off the table at this point.
They're going to answer that by giving you a nice stop motion skeleton fight.
Oh, it's so bad.
I know. I like this one too. I think again, it's just I love that. I love that stop motion shit.
I think it's the silliness of the skeleton. It's not the effect itself. I'm fine with the effect. It's like the skeleton it gives it this kind of William Castle thing.
Okay.
That feels a little bit sort of antiquated and
it's
cheesy.
It's also completely out of step with the rest of the movie. Like, why? His power is in dreams.
Yeah.
You know, and so all of a sudden, like, he could just like zap out of the dream and sort of inhabit his corpse or something. I don't like it, but yeah. Here we are. So yeah, he jumps up out of the bag, fights the two men. Skeleton lifts Thompson up, throws him onto some nearby junk, impaling him on it. I'd forgotten how this movie ended, so I was a little surprised by that. And then he throws Gordon into the grave he'd been digging, but before he can bury him, the body falls down dead again and he returns to the dream world.
Well, not before he does this sort of like victory roar and raises his arms over his head. It's like Skeletor.
Yeah. And Nancy, Joey, Kristen, and Kincaid find themselves in a crazy hall of mirrors where Freddy appears in the reflections. And then the reflections grab them, trying to pull them into the mirrors. And then Joey stands up and shouts, breaking the mirrors and releasing his friends.
I think the mirror thing's kind of cool.
It's a cool scene. It's another sort of like marquee moment for this movie. Nancy's dad appears in a cheesy, shimmery video effect to tell her that he died.
In flies John Saxon, just like in my dreams and in Highway to Heaven.
It's all a ruse, a cunning attempt to trick her. Don turns into Freddy and stabs Nancy with the glove. Then Kristen runs to her aid and he gets on top of her. About to stab her, Nancy jumps up and stabs Freddy with his own glove, which was how this movie was supposed to end originally.
Now, I think this is a good way to write Nancy out of these movies.
Yeah, again, I'd forgotten that she fucking dies at the end.
I think it's a good way, because they already probably had ideas for the next one. And they were like, all right, we got to give somebody else. We can't have Nancy come back. What do we do? But like, if you think about the way that they sort of unceremoniously kill off Laurie Strode in Halloween.
Yeah.
And it's like, that is such a horribly disrespectful way to kill a main character. So this one feels like, yeah, she goes out a hero.
Right. Out in the waking world, Gordon puts the cross on Freddy's corpse and hits it with the fucking holy water, defeating him. In the dream world, Nancy dies in Kristen's arms.
She screams shrilly.
So the survivors attend her funeral. As the priest sees her off, Gordon sees the nun walking around and he follows her, finding Amanda Kruger's grave, realizing that the nun was the ghost of Freddy's mother. By night, Gordon sleeps with the Malaysian doll in the model of Nancy's house nearby.
He even kept the popsicle stick manor.
And the lights come on. Lights in the house come on. Roll credits. Play that sweet knockin' track.
And did I listen to the whole thing? Goddamn right I did.
Fucking A, what a jam that song is.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's a goddamn good song. So yeah, Dream Warriors.
This is a tough one. This is a tough one to judge in retrospect because
I can't possibly be objective about this one because the timing of it, this is probably one of the first when this movie came out, when I saw it, like if I saw the other ones, it's because I caught Halloween on TV. I saw
this was another big TV one.
This one I remember our neighbors rented and for some reason just ran it for all the neighborhood kids, and I was among them because like in our house there was no fucking way I was going to see A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, and so this was like a treat for me. I felt like I was getting away with something, but also I was like the perfect fucking age for it. Like I also bought those like Nightmare on Elm Street Marvel comics that they put out in like magazine form, which I looked up. They're on archive.org for free, cover to cover, both issues. They're so fucking good. Written by Steve Gerber.
I mean, it is a fun movie. I think of the franchise, it's the most fun.
It's you know what it is. It's balanced.
Yeah.
In that it's got all of the horror movie shit that you sort of expect to find in one of these things. It's got the sense of humor, but it's not leaning to one side in any way that kind of makes it feel cartoonish. Because the further sequels, even though again I do like the Dream Master, it's where
he starts to slide into goofy.
It's where things start to get a little ridiculous, and after that, it's just they keep kind of listing in that direction in a way that I just don't appreciate.
Yeah, it does have some pretty big plot holes, but that's not really the point.
Yeah, I mean, who cares? I'm not thinking about it too hard. I'm doing it for this because it's kind of funny to point that shit out.
But it is also it's extremely 80s. This movie.
Good God, it is, yeah.
And not always in the best kind of way.
Shoulder pads and docking.
Yeah, it hasn't aged that well. I think, as much as I really enjoy this one, I think it's my favorite of all of them. I will say that it hasn't aged that well. It's more of a relic of its time than it is something that people would want to sit down and watch today as something new.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Because, that just aligns pretty perfectly with like sort of my take on it. This is a pure nostalgia piece for me.
Yeah.
I
think if you sat down to watch this for the first time, or like if you sat down with your kids and were like, I gotta put this one, they'd be like, this is awful.
They'd be bored as fuck. If James A. Janice was not running it down for him, they wouldn't watch this.
Boo. Yeah, I don't know. This of all of the three big ones, the franchises, I think this is the one that these movies don't age that well for a lot of different reasons. But like this one is fun, but it is so operating on nostalgia, I think.
Yeah.
Like I don't see people going out to be like, ooh, you got to watch this classic horror movie. Like, you're put on like Eyes Without a Face and then this, like doesn't work.
No, good movie. It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
I enjoy it tremendously. Yeah. What else is there to say? It's peak Freddy. It's the moment that Freddy became Freddy.
Became that burnt face pussy. Yep.
All right. So, where are we off to next? How are we capping this shit off?
We are closing out our Halloween celebration with Dario Argento's bug and monkey-centric classic, Phenomena.
I can't wait. It's been a really long time since I've seen that one.
I put that one on pretty regularly for some reason. And in 2 weeks, 99-cent rental is back with another Don Coscarelli joint, The Beast Master.
Yeah, all right. It's
a master
request.
Of beasts.
I can't wait. So yeah, we hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next week. Cap off the Halloween hootenanny with Phenomena, and then the triumphant return of 99-cent rental in 2 weeks with Beastmaster.
I'm standing